Good morning, people. I wanna I wanna say a couple things. First of all, I want to shout out Derrick Rose for what he did last night, wearing that shirt. I can't breathe. That shows that he's aware of what's going on. I mean, and that's why I think he was trying to say it's bigger than basketball. I mean, what he's saying, and I understand that. But yesterday I posted that actual thing. You understand what I'm saying? On Google Plus. And of course we have everybody in the world is not going to agree on the same things. People going to agree, some people going to disagree. I mean, and that's just life. Everybody's free to their own opinion. But of course, there were some certain whites who took it further than it needed to go, for the simple fact of they're talking about, oh, did he play tonight? It's bigger than basketball. Then they talking about how, well, you're supposed to abide by the law, the cops, and this, that, and the third. Okay. Or when cops do things to you because you did something idiotic. I would like to give two examples. One example is of myself when I was a child and I was 13 years old. I was riding in a suburban area, and not only that, I live in a suburban area. Okay? My parents moved us from Brooklyn to New Jersey for better opportunities in Hamilton, New Jersey, which is a suburban area. Okay? I grew up in New Jersey. My teenage years in New Jersey, we lived in a four bedroom house, 2-car garage with a jacuzzi on the back, 2 living rooms. Okay? 3 bathrooms. That's where we live. Okay? When I moved to New Jersey, the house we moved in, we was the first black people on that block. So let's be clear on what I'm saying. I told y'all that to keep y'all in context of what's going on. Me and another African American guy, leave his name disclosed. We was riding from our friend's house. I think he's Arabian, or I'm not sure if I'm not sure, but I think he was Arabian. He has a pool in his backyard. So myself and the other guy, we rode there. And on our way back, we were stopped by the cops. We did nothing wrong. We said nothing wrong. We stopped. We got off our bikes like he told us. But then he turns and says that my bike that I have is too nice for me to have. So in other words, me being black, I shouldn't have had a green Roadmaster bike. But he didn't know that I delivered papers. Okay? And I saved up for that bike. That was the first thing I bought with my delivery paper money, for the simple fact of me having delivered papers. I needed a mountain bike instead of the bike I had originally, so I can deliver my papers accordingly. Okay? I did nothing idiotic. And that's what these guys were saying. When you do stupid stuff or idiotic things, cops harass you. I did nothing idiotic. I just was a black kid riding a nice bike. So was my friend. He had a nice BMX silver bike with the white rims on the bike. We didn't steal those bikes, but he was telling us we had to steal those bikes because we are black. His parents had good jobs. My parents had good jobs. My father worked for a subdivision in Payne Webber, and if you know what Payne Webber is, that has to do with the stock market in New York City. Okay, my dad worked there 27 years. Mom, she worked at Brinks Armor Truck Company before we moved. She worked at Mass Transit in New York before we moved. And when we moved to New Jersey, she worked at Dime Bank. She always was in banking at one point, and then she went over into the medical field and went to work at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital. So they don't have bullshit jobs. Excuse my French. Okay? Boom. My second example I want to give. Now, they saying, which is true, and I'm not going to deny that. Eric Gardner, he did not listen. He refused, and he got choked out. He didn't deserve to die and get choked out, because once he said he couldn't breathe and they got him on the ground, there was no need for that chokehold to be still held on him. They should have let him go. Mike Brown, yes, he tried to fight the officer, all that. He stole the Dutchess, whatever it may be. but he did not deserve to die. After you shot him once in the leg, I think that was enough warning shot for him to not do anything more. I never been shot, but from what I'm told, when you are shot, it hurts and it burns. So him getting shot in the leg, I don't believe that cop talking about, oh, how, you know, he was walking through the bullets. Is nobody walks through bullets. I don't care who you are. Okay? There's no He-Man or Superman on this planet. Those are comic books. Okay? Let's be clear. But what about the guy who killed all those innocent people the night of Dark Knight Rises? The last installment of the Batman trilogy, the first weekend, it was a mass murder. Okay? This man walked in the movie theater, shot up and killed people. But guess what? He didn't die. He was able to walk out on his free will in handcuffs. Okay? So you mean to tell me a man with a big gun, a big machine gun, killing innocent people is less of a threat than two unarmed people? Basically, that's what they're saying. You understand what I'm saying? Michael Vick. Yes, he's a public figure, but Michael Vick killed dogs and was dog fighting. Michael Vick served federal time. George Zimmerman got no time. Darren Wilson retired. He quit being a cop because he ended up being a millionaire. Okay? This other cop that just got indicted, who didn't even get indicted for choking out Eric Gardner. Okay. Then we have another innocent black male who died in the pink houses in East New York, who got killed for nothing by a rookie cop. Let's see how that goes. Okay? Also, I would like to tackle this issue. These guys are also saying that, you know, you need to abide by the law and this, that, and the third, and you shouldn't buy your kids toy guns. But when I was a child, we played cops and robbers with cap guns. Okay? So basically you're telling me we're supposed to live in fear of these cops. Why should we live in fear of police officers when they're supposed to protect and serve, and we're paying their salary by paying taxes? But we're supposed to be scared? No, we shouldn't live in terror of the police. We should be able to call them in confidence that they're going to do their job. Not gun down innocent people, or gun down people that did things, but not things that is substantial for them to warrant death. Mike Brown charge, misdemeanor. Dutchess, that's not over $500 in theft. The only way it becomes a felony charge is if it's up to $500. Let's be clear. Okay? That's all I'm saying. 2, I'm going to take it here. Okay? I'm not just making this a black and white thing. Because I've also seen where white kids have got killed. White men, white people have got killed for nothing. I'm not making it a black and white thing. I'm making it a cop using his badge as a warrant to be able to kill people and get away with it. Okay? Yes, there's a significant amount of blacks that's succumbing to this, but it's not only a black thing. It's a cop thing. There's 409 murders of cops, where in other countries there are 0, 2, low numbers. We have 409 in America, the land of the free. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think y'all are fathoming what's going on. And that's the problem that I have. The problem that I have is that people are making it a white and black thing when in all actuality it's not a white and black thing. It's a cop versus civilian thing. Cops abusing their power. Cops feel as though just because they have a badge, it's okay for them to murder people and get away with it. Why? They should not. But if I was to shoot at a cop, I'm getting 20 years. Even if the cop was wrong. The cop could have did something to me, and if I shoot at the cop, I'm going to jail. That's not fair. All I'm saying is that we need to be aware of what's going on. So you mean to tell me that if my child, like my friend brought up a significant fact. He brought up, if his children is in the backyard playing with toy guns, Is it okay for the cop to kill his children? No way. No way. No way should his children be in fear of playing with a toy gun. I don't buy my kids toy guns. I don't. But that's a very valid point. If your kids are playing in the backyard with a toy gun and a cop comes, he should not shoot first and ask questions later. He shouldn't. Especially if they're children, little children, 12-year-old, 11-year-old, 10, 9-year-old children that are getting gunned down. Like grown men and animals and bears and things like that. They're gunning these children down like they're animals in the wild. Like bears, tigers, lions, elephants. Things of that nature that get shot down and killed on a regular basis. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying it needs to be a stop to this. Something needs to change, because right now there's no change. It's only getting worse and worse, and it's not fair. These cops are abusing their power. They're racially profiling, and not only racially profiling, they're profiling, period. I have to use this example. Now, we can see somebody right now, he could have a whole bunch of tattoos. White, black, it doesn't matter. He might get stopped because he has tattoos. People might scoff, and people might be nervous when they see him. But not knowing that man could be a doctor. He could be a lawyer. Himself, he can be a police officer. So that's what I'm saying. We have to look at individuals. It's about individuality. We cannot put everybody in the same boat. Everybody's not the same. I'm Trinidadian American, okay? But I don't look at every Trinidadian is not the same. I don't like all Trinidadians. I don't like all African Americans. There's some blacks that I cannot even stand. There's some whites that I love more than I love certain blacks. It's because there is about individuality. That's what it's about. I keep telling y'all this. I keep saying it's about individuality. And the day we realize that's what it's about is the day we can move forward as a whole. And I'm not just talking about as blacks. I'm talking about as a whole. Blacks, white, Asians, Arabics, Jewish, everything. Everybody. Because that's the problem. We categorize people and everybody's not the same. Just because we're the same, some people are the same race doesn't mean automatically they're the same person. That's not true. That's false. That's all I'm saying. We should not be doing it. This shit is horrible. I have 2 young sons that have to grow up in this world, and I have to tell them certain things prematurely early due to the fact of how the world is, and that's wrong, because why should I have to take my children's innocence away? Why should I have to take their innocence away because of the things that these people are doing wrong? That's not right. My children have to be aware of things that at my age I didn't have to be aware of because of how the world is changing, and that's not fair. My children should still be able to be innocent kids. Come on. And that's what we're not understanding. I don't care, we're adults, but what about the children? What about the children? The children are the future. What about these kids? What about these kids that have to grow up in this harsh world that shouldn't be, that this world should not even be like this? Gunning these kids down, gunning black people down, gunning this person down. It's racism. Kids. I just saw something on Channel 11 News the other day where a whole bunch of kids feel as though that certain races get certain breaks where others don't, and that's true. That's true. Come on, where's the equality at? That's all I ask. I want things to be equal. It shouldn't be this person get this person get that because of their skin color. It's all the same. Murder is the same. Rape is the same. Stealing is the same. Assault is the same no matter what race or what color. That's all I'm saying. But y'all don't hear me though, man.